Okay, good afternoon, people. I didn't post up that I was going to do this or give it a certain time. I decided to come on here and do it while it's fresh in my heart and in my memory. Uh, if you happen to get this notification or somebody let you know, like YouTube, that I'm on doing this, I just came on to give a quick assessment of the movie Straw, which I've just finished. Matter of fact, been sitting at home, said I was going to watch it. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers, and you got to excuse me if I mute my mic for a second because I have to cough. Okay, I'm back. Excuse me, you guys. I've been dealing with a cough that's been rough for the last couple of weeks and a half. But anyway, let's talk about the movie Straw, which we all know is a Tyler Perry production. And there's a lot of people that holler, well, I don't watch Tyler Perry movies anymore and all that. But I guarantee you, folks, please, especially black people, men and women, watch this movie. Uh, it should be the best. It's one of the best movies of the year. Hopefully, it'll come on commercially so people will be able to see it. I watch it in its entirety with no commercial interruptions. And I want to say that Straw shows me what can happen to a person. Uh, I understand why he chose the name Straw too, because as we all know that we used to draw straws when we were kids. I don't know. Well, we might have done it when we were adults too. You know, straw is about the last thing, but really straw is the short end of the stick. And when you draw that short straw, then you know sometimes it's a loss. And it all shows, also, the movie shows that people, if they come together in a situation that might turn out bad, ends up, I don't know, the way he ended the movie. I'm going to let you guys see it. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but what I want to say is that as a grown man, as an old man, I sat up there and cried on the movie. Hello, Vibrant Love. Good afternoon, dear. Glad to see you here. Like I'm saying, I'm just doing a short on the movie Straw that I just finished watching. And I could say if men would watch this movie too, I'm asking all the men here on YouTube, gay, straight, whatever, however you want to be classified as men, black men especially, watch this movie because it not only brings home the realization of things that can go wrong, but it also brings the realization of the way that people perceive negativity, the way people can overcome negativity. Yes, you haven't seen it, darling. I wish you would go ahead and watch that Vibrant Law with that smile turned upside down. As I say, really, I just watched it. I just finished it maybe about 10 minutes ago before I came on. Taraji P. Henson, strong character acting, better than when she was doing her regular TV show. Miss Tyra Taylor, Sinbad, Sherelle Shepard, Ashley Wheeler. They even had Gwen Thurman in there. You know, stars that a lot of you guys grew up with and a lot that I've been watching coming up through the years. But I want to say that once again, this movie is really great. Uh, Gene Hulk, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't sad. Um, to be honest with you, I think this movie gave me hope. it gave me hope that if people would watch this, they would be more aware of things that are going on around them. He incorporated a lot of things in this movie that we're doing now today as human beings. The way we act toward each other, the way we say things toward each other, the way we do things toward each other, and especially the powers that be. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about the movie. I would really love for people to watch this movie if they want to have discussions on the movie. I'm willing to do that. Uh, and as an older man, you guys know how old I am. Uh, it brought me to tears, to be honest with you. Certain scenes brought me to tears. And to me, this is one of Tyler Perry's best written, best screenplays, best movie all around. And like I said, I hope it goes commercial so that people will be able to see it. And so people can really sit back and think about man's inhumanity to man. Not just her being a woman, but it could have happened to another man. It could happen to men also. But it also shows the strong togetherness when things are showed unjust, that people can band together and do something about it. I'm going to let you guys watch it, and I'm hoping that panels start about this movie, especially with the women. And men, don't be afraid to come up and voice your opinions about the movie Straw, because I put Taraji P. Henson and all these actors and characters into the life and situations that I grew up with, or the way that I watched people grow up. You know, some of them rich, some of them poor. Uh, Jane, Jane, I don't know. I don't know. That's a conversation that I'm hoping we'll have when everybody watches the movie. But when it comes about thinking about asking some person's friend, or there's a lot of people that go around with pride, you know, and pride is one of our biggest downfalls as Black people. We're too proud to beg. We're too proud to do this. We're too proud to do that. Uh, that's what it showed me with Taraji. Being a single Black mother, having a child that, see, I'm trying to get off into the movie. I don't want to get off into that. We'll get off into that in the discussions when people really want to have a discussion about that movie without coming up here being against one another and saying there's a certain element of, I should say, man's inhumanity towards man. You said Satan would have saved a lot of confrontation. I don't know. I don't know. But for real, there are people out here that's going through the same thing as this movie showed this woman going through. Uh, I, I don't want to say that if she had done this or if she had done that, but there's some people, like I said, that are too proud to even ask for help. And once that straw is pulled and it's a short end of the stick, well, a lot of things can go wrong. And if you look at the movie in more of a light, it was entertaining. It showed that how people can be confrontational with you and you don't have anything to do with them. Think of it. I don't want to spoil the movie. I don't want to. I'm just going to say, just think of when she pulled out in her car, was leaving, and her car got hit, and then go from there. Uh, Yeah, I understand that part, but that I think that had to be written. That part of it had to be written into the movie. And even though her friend offered her that, like I said, pride goeth before the fall, and that's basically what it's about. Your pride can make you fall, but there's also circumstances behind the scenes or that surround that person every day that will make them fall. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a good discussion we'll have, and if someone's willing to have a real discussion about things and to really realize what life is, because like I said, a lot of young people will look at this movie and will be thinking one way, and me being an older person watching it, I thought another way about life, and I've always thought a way about life. But like I'm saying, folks, I'm not going to be on here long about this movie because I just came up. It was just an instantaneous thing. And to all the black people out there that do YouTube content creators, let's get off of things that takes us away from the reality of life and try to look at a movie or a film that shows us what could happen, even though it was back in the day, even though it was back then. These things go on now. The Nottaway Plantation fire. Okay, Jane. I will do some investigating on that, and I will talk about it. But like I said, I've seen a lot of injustices in my life. I went through a lot of things that a lot of people haven't, even on my own page or experienced, throughout life. Like I said, you don't know what it's like being told that you can't drink from a water fountain at a certain age as a child growing up, or you have to go to the back of the store, or you have to wait in line in order to get something that you know that you need, and all the other, let's just face it, people of another color are going ahead of you to do. It's about man's inhumanity towards man. That's what I'm thinking. But then when people come together, there is hope. There is hope. And like I said, there were two endings to the movie, people. Yes, it was good though. It was more. You know what? I gave it more than a 10. I really did. I gave it more than a 10. I wanted to give it more than them two thumbs up and that trophy. I think that this movie should be reviewed and receive an Academy Award. Really, not because of the people in it, but because of the way that the world is going right now today. The things that people are feeling and their emotions are coming out more. That it shows you, she was live stream when they were doing the live streaming. We have that nowadays. We have that now. But how many people have actually seen something like that go on? You know. But all in all, yes, I'm gonna definitely look at the Nottaway Plantation fires, and I will do all my due diligence as an older guy to cover that one too. There's a lot of things that can make people angry, but there are also a lot of things in this world that can make people like myself, older people like myself, still hope for hope, wish for things that our ancestors, our great ancestors wanted as black people coming to America, as that movie came out about, which was looking for something else differently. We're looking for that American dream, having that American dream. And like I said, the movie deserves an Academy Award, regardless how it was showed, how it was presented. And that's another thing. Uh, Companies like Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, they'll get these good movies, and believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't have those services, so they can't really see them. Only a few and far between that are lucky can see those movies. Hell, they can't even see them overseas, really. But one thing for certain and two things for sure, you guys, please watch the movie Straw, even if you have to bootleg it. And that can be done too, but watch that movie. And ladies, you are strong. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter who tells you, the women of the world are strong. And it took two actresses, Tiana Taylor and Taraji P. Henson, and I can't forget Sherry Shepherd in there too, to show that what you can do when you sit down and you listen and you just hear people out. That's true, dear. But let's remember this is social media, and some socializing doesn't always mean socializing. That's all I can say about that one. But you're so right, Gene Hulk. We do need more discussions as Black people on these apparatuses, even here on YouTube. And if they try to shut us down about telling the truth of feeling how we feel about things, well, look at the way the direction the country is going into now. They're going to try to sooner or later shut down social media, because social media does give people a voice. It does let them tell the truth about things. And when you try to erase a part of history, you know, you're only causing division. You know, you don't feel ashamed to where you came from. Don't never be ashamed to where you came from. But be ashamed if you're still going in that direction of being critical and poor and not trusting people in the world. Because let's face it, if one race dies off, where's the rest of humanity? It's a domino effect. Let's face it, it's a domino effect. So with that being said, you guys, I just came on to let, while it was still fresh in my heart and fresh in my mind, that please watch Straw. Please, if you can, watch the movie Straw, and keep an open heart and keep an open mind about things can go wrong, and when they go wrong in your life, what would you do about it? How would you react to it? So with that being said, I'll see you guys on the YouTube streets. I'm gonna get out of here and go do something for myself right now, and you guys have a good day. God bless and loves you as Jesus loves us. And be sure you can leave a comment in my comment section. People that come in and listen to it later, and we'll get together and talk about it. Thank you. Good afternoon.